We have something that stops us, and it's the fact that we use the gender to justify our situations. This is because I am a man. This is because I'm a woman. This is because I'm old. This is because I'm young. This is something that we have already kind of taken from when we were, obviously, from when we were younger, when we were small. And this video is to help you, for you to remember your source, to remember the real you. Now, on the surface, life is a life of form, is a life of matter. So I'm expressing myself now, and you are seeing a male, and you might be a female listening to this video, or a male as well. And we have been taught, or we have been educated to kind of categorize genders and say this is typical for them and this is typical for women. But what we are really doing is we are describing past behaviors, past beliefs. But the reality is we have something in common. We are all in the same boat, and we do feel something in common, which is internal struggles, internal battles. At some point in life, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, the questions pops out. Is this all that it is? What am I doing here? This is why sometimes some people give up. And it's not because you're a man or you're a woman or it's difficult. It is because we haven't acknowledged the power in us, the source in us. I will share you my story so you can understand where I came from. As a man, I have been I have structured myself in the past that when an adversity comes, no matter what, you have to go through it because you are a man. When something is painful, you deal with it after you solve what is happening. You cannot complain because there are a lot of people in your situation. So why would you complain? Why would you pretend to be special? And the last one was when it comes to creating network and relationship with people. With men, it is much more easier. With women, it's difficult. Why? Because it's the opposite gender, and sometimes there can be misunderstanding with friendships, with intimacy, with the direction of the relationship. So it's difficult, and we leave those remarks there. We leave that belief there. The power of belief is so powerful because it determines it shapes the actions that are coming after. So because I was believing this, I didn't give myself a space to heal, to work on the wounds, to really see if these beliefs can be changed. I don't even wanted to question them until one day I realized this is not about gender. This is the price of being human, that you are born and you have been given a structure, education, a doctrine, the culture, but you can break it from love. You can break it from curiosity. You can change the pattern from compassion, and you can expand it from wisdom. Oh, wow, this is interesting then. So, why is it difficult to have a relationship with females? No, you are relating to your past event, the particular event where you found it difficult. You are generalizing it. And because you use that language, the mind will focus on that. So the mind doesn't have access for more because you're already telling him that the ending point is this conclusion. Until you broke this conclusion, until you expand it, you transcend it. you relinquish it. This is why you are seeing life at this color. So you are sleeping at night, all is dark, and you say this is what it is. But we forget that at some point the day is coming, the light is coming. So I told myself, what are the common struggles that we have between men and women? And it's exactly what I said. We all come with all the bags and the baggage of all the life when you were young. You know, people lost their parents in the house. They feel or they have the sense that the parents weren't present, or the way they received the education wasn't enough for them, or they felt like there wasn't pure love. Whatever it is, we come with that. That is an identity. So if I am feeling that I need to heal, what do I have to do? Well, readiness is key. I cannot force things to happen. If I have to cook something and it takes 20 minutes, if I try to eat it before that time, I cannot eat it. Why? Because it's not done. So the food to be done, I need to respect the timing. So right now, the point that you find yourself, let's respect that the time you will wake up, the time you will want to change, that gap, that frame has to be respected. So literally, you will hit your head towards the wall until you are done, until it's enough. But we have to respect it. We don't force it. So preserving this belief once and another time until I said, I am done with this. I don't believe this is about the gender, the sex. I think this is something that is much more deeper and it's more visible. Compassion to understand that we are humans. That if I believe something, it's because unconsciously I'm choosing to believe it. And there is no meaning to confront it. There is no meaning that will be much more, let's say, larger than what I have. That's why people give what they have. If I have love, I will give you love. If I'm struggling, I cannot give you love because I don't have that energy present. I don't feel like I have it. I'm not allowing it to flow through the chakras. So I said, okay, Ralph, how do we heal then? Now I'm ready. I'm done. We heal doing different things. That's the first thing. Taking a devotion with something that is different. Devotion can be allowing yourself to be present just 30 minutes in a day. Devotion can be switching the belief and saying there has to be something higher. There has to be something. I've been created from something. Shifting the belief to understand that we are not the victims. Sometimes we provoke what is happening. This is what I told Ralph. Your life is expressing the consequences of your choices. You don't have to like this, Ralph. You have to understand it. You have to accept it and own it because that's the gift. And you have to be compassionate that ignorance is intrinsic in human beings. I'm telling you my story. You might believe me or not. That is ignorance. A child, when I tell a child a story, if the child loves me, there is no doubt he will take it. That's exactly what we did. If we have a teacher and we see it as authority, why will I doubt what he's teaching me? So sometimes that's the very place, that's the channel where some fallacies can come in, some illusions can come in, some misunderstanding can come in, and then we hold it. But we don't have to punish ourselves. It's just part of life. Compassion will wipe out. Forgiving ourselves because we didn't know how to do it better. This is the way I could become much more deeper I could expand. And I didn't even know what to work as a profession, what to dedicate myself. At first, I wanted to be a police officer. In fact, that's why I came to the UK to apply as a police officer. You have to stay here for 3 years, and then after the residency of 3 years, you can apply. So as I came, I said, okay, what are the requirements that I need? You need to have an L3 in something. Oh, L3. I've been training all my life. If I study the PT, I can document, I can learn, I can expand. As soon as I started, I said, hold on a second. I think my purpose is to coach. My purpose is to share. My purpose is to use myself as an example to inspire people. I love spirituality. I love understanding the mind. And I love enjoying the body while I'm training. This can be useful for someone, you know? That was my purpose. So healing doesn't only brings you love, it brings you clarity. It brings you purpose. It brings you understanding. Now I don't see myself as a man. I see myself as something that expresses as a man. Now I can understand certain behaviors, not because he's a man, because he's a human, and because of the past indoctrinations, the accumulation of choices. That's what is reflecting. Now I'm free. Now I don't categorize myself. Oh yeah, you are falling this trap because you are a man. No. You are falling this trap because you were unconscious before choosing this. But we can reframe it. We can change. We can step back. This message is for women as well. A lot of women unconsciously they take the belief of this happens to me because I'm a female. You are more than a female. You are the door of life. I am here. Thank God of a woman. Every single being here has came to this life because a woman chose to go to the pain of birth, the 9 months, the nauseous, vomiting, nights. And you know what? A lot of women, they decide to have more kids. So the woman is love. The female energy is life. So you are more than that. Now, you might be holding past beliefs. You might be achieving the results of your elections, of your choices. So your situation can only be understood when you try to love yourself, when you try to have compassion with yourself, when you try to see the limitations of the mind, because that's the intrinsic expression. The mind, why would I be here if it's not to evolve? What do I have to evolve? I have to evolve the mind. The body has its own rhythm, from baby to when I'm old, and it goes on its own. And even after death, the body still transforms. Why? Because it is autonomous. The spirit is life. It's the only thing that allows me to express. It's the spirit, it's the you. Now, what needs to evolve? The mind. Changing beliefs, changing meanings, really chasing what fulfills your heart. Acting from the heart because the mind knows, the heart feels. The mind thinks, the heart knows. Intuition. So you have 7 chakras, which this can be seen as trivial, but is very, very, very powerful. Any one of them is linked in some organs of your body. So the expression of dysfunction is that one of the channels are blocked. So if I'm feeling greedy or I'm feeling the anxious need to get something, that is the spleen, the solar plexus. I'm chasing power. If I don't love, I hate, I am resenting, I am feeling guilt, the heart is blocked. So this seems like a trivial thing. It seems like something that has no importance. But as a guidance, as a compass of life, it's powerful. So let's try to examine and see where the block is. It might come 100% from a belief, because the belief is what creates the discomfort. But because we accept the belief, we don't question it. We don't understand where the discomfort is coming. That's the game. So let me ask you something. Are you feeling discomfort that you relate to your gender? How will you describe life as a woman? How will you describe life as a man? How will you describe life as an old person? The aging process can be seen as something miserable or can be seen as a gift. Aging process is the expression of all your context of life, and we only understand life in retrospection. So it's a space where I'm expanding my learning. So you are not old. It's a belief. Once you have the belief that the aging process is a gift and you own it and you live it, you will never feel that feeling that we have been told because you are old, you have to be left in the corner, you cannot do certain things, you are more tired. I am nearly 40s and I don't even feel it. It's the belief. I don't have an age. I just have the mentality of enjoying life, of being grateful, of using time to create more time. Yes, you use time to create time. Why? Because time becomes the space to create more time for space. So if you are aging, let's look at the belief. Let's see what is stopping you. Maybe it's time to allow yourself to feel young, to feel alive. If you are a man, bro, give yourself the chance to allow the struggles to express themselves, the blocks. This is not because you are a man. You are more than a man. Every single soul is in this life because there was a man. And there is nothing that we have to do because you are a man. Those are agreements. Time has changed. Now you have CEOs that they are women. You have women that they have access to anything. Of course, life has changed. The reality is not about man or women. It's the particular soul, the choices, the presence, and the connection with the whole. That's what makes people powerful. So give yourself a try with this video. Slow down. Forget if you are a man or woman. See yourself as what you are. Light, life, energy. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes because you are a woman or a man. You are a human. Bring compassion to understand that it happens in all of us. Someone might not tell you, but if you dig and you dig, at some point you will find something common. They will tell you a story that it will resonate with you. The color will change, the texture will change, the place, the moment, but the story will be something that resonates exactly as you have experienced it. So, let's create time with the time that we have. Comment tonight with yourself. Comment, speak to yourself. Allow yourself to see. Allow the wounds to be there. Wounds are a gift of life. Because once we understand the wounds, we understand the trajectory we are taking. Okay? So slow down. Don't punish yourself. Love yourself. Allow your love to go. See what channel is blocked. See if you have extreme desire for anything. that can come from the second one or the solar plexus. See if that you cannot express, you want to talk, but you don't know how to verbalize, how to give it a context. That can be the throat chakra. See if you don't have any chance to understand what is going on, you cannot see. That can be the third eye. And if you are not receiving the flow, the intuition, the direction, it might be the crown chakra. So everything has a purpose in life. Everything has a message. Take very good care. I send you massive love to your heart. May God bless you. We are all connected. You don't need to worry. You don't need to resent. You need to stay present. Remember, I don't worry. I don't resent. I am present. I am choice. I want to be conscious. This video is not for anyone. Why? Because everybody is perfectly where they want to be. Everybody is evolving at their own pace, which is perfect. So this might sound as Chinese for someone, and this might be the very audio that someone needs to say, wow, yes, I need to listen this. I need to follow this channel. So as a personal trainer as well, because I'm an holistic coach, I serve with the mind, I serve with the spirit, and I serve with the body. If you need any video that has to kind of express, I was finding the connotation, but I like to give something in a broad way and then go to the specific. So because everybody will have different needs and wants, but feel free to text, to write down, Ralph, can you post a video talking about what exercises can be useful to bring peace, to heal? It's not a fancy thing, normal exercises, but yes, I can post something. Nutritional advices, diets, timetables, structures. Of course, I am fully open to share anything that you want. Daily habits of the mind. Ralph, do you know what I have to do in this particular situation? You can post a video, and if I have lived it, I will share it. If not, I will find out. Don't worry. Spirit, all I can tell you is you are life, you are light, you are love, you are peace, you are silent, you are expansion. Everything that is devoid of emotion, that's what you are in a positive way. Non-attachment is the next video. I will post and be extremely precise in this because that's a huge point of SOFA as well. Thank you. God bless you. And I will see you in the next video.